Let's have a look at my settings on PUBG console. Before we get started in this video, these settings depend on your personal opinion, but I still believe these are the best for a default controller or a Battle Beavers. If you want to see a Elite Controller 2 settings, go check out my friend TUXRow. This video, he does a setting video on the Elite 2. I am currently using a Battle Beavers controller. It's like the Elite, it has 2 buttons on the back instead of paddles, which allow me to crouch and jump, and that is the only difference with my controller compared to a default controller. There's no stick tensions, there's no trigger stops, there's nothing. There's a default controller, so default settings. Let's get started with this setting video, starting with the controller button preset. I believe Type B is the best and easiest to learn. Even in third person, just pressing the left trigger allows you to aim in and out, even in TPP, which is quick and easy to learn, same as any FPS, same as when you're in FPP, you just click it and you zoom in. The soft aim, you click the trigger above it, and there you go. It's really easy to learn and quick and easy to do everything. Leaning is with the left and right sticks, so you can lean really easy, and it's really smooth. These next settings with the inverts, all personal opinion. You either like these or you don't, so it's up to you if you use them. Then we have the dead zones. This is only for if you have a broken controller pretty much. If you go to your map and you see the item moving, you might need to change your dead zones a bit. And vibration, I've always played with vibration off on any game. I feel it doesn't help when playing a competitive shooter, and PUBG is definitely a competitive shooter. Sensitivity. Looking into forward running sense. Now this is the strange one. I have mine on max, so lots of people just have this on default, but what this setting does is it allows you to move quicker the second you hold the stick. So the second I move the stick, it'll start making my character run a bit. Well, normally when you hold the stick, it would slowly move you like this. And obviously, the higher you have the sensitivity, the harder it is to walk slowly. But I don't feel the difference very much, so I just have it on max, so when I push on the stick, I'm going to start running. Normally, that's what I want to do. That's why I like that setting that high. The movement sensitivity. I believe this is just the same as the forward sensitivity, like going forwards fastly, you know, and just pushing on the stick. So I have this on max as well. Doesn't seem to make a difference. I can still walk when I want to walk slowly, and I can still run when I want to run. And it just makes the controller a bit more responsive for me and allows me to move quickly. Next is the vertical sensitivity multiplier. I have mine on 100. Lots of people have this on different things though, but I believe 100 is fine. I like my guns to be all the same, so I'm having a slowdown speed when I aim in and slow down. I don't like it. Lots of people can either have this higher or lower depending on how high your sensitivity is. Putting this down will make your scope go slower when aiming up and down. This can be easier to control recoil, or having it higher so you can pull down a lot quicker. It's up to you, it's personal opinion. I would say leave it where it is though. General sensitivity. Now this is a hard one. I have this on 20 as well. I'm a fast player, I like my cameras to be fast. So what this does is this sense here. I can move really quick with this sensitivity. Now this is really good for low sense players if you can get used to a high general sense. Say you have a low normal sensitivity when aiming in. You have a slow aim in. And say you want to like lock onto someone else. Say there's someone over here on my right. Instead of going like this and dragging it really slowly across, what you do is you get used to the general sense. So you aim in here, kill this guy, and then just unscope, aim in again, and shoot. This just allows me to quickly turn around, do things what you shouldn't really be able to do on a low general sensitivity. So I can be watching someone turn and quickly flick, while being able to have my aiming speed a little bit slower for accuracy. Vehicle driver sense, this one doesn't really matter. This one is up to you. Default is quite normal. I just have it on 15 because it feels a bit more like general sense to me. Aim acceleration. I have this turned off. I want my sensitivity to all be me and my muscle memory. Aim acceleration increases your speed the longer you start pulling your trigger. So the longer you go this way, the faster it would start moving. But with it turned off, it'll run at a consistent speed. It's much easier to learn and much better muscle memory for when trying to track cars coming down the road, because you know what speed you're going to go the full time. Over the shoulder aiming sensitivity. I have this on max as well, just because I'm used to my general sense. So when I'm going to aim, soft aim, like this, I feel it's nice to have it the same as my camera speed. So my opinion for this is have the over the shoulder, whatever your general sensitivity is, so you're used to tracking. So I know there's a guy there, I'm going to aim in, it's going to be the same tracking. The ADS speed. This isn't hard to learn, mine are all the same. Now there is a reason. There is a reason. A lot of people have these on different things, but I believe they should all be the same. It's all muscle memory for me, so I know how fast I move down my one scope. If I switch it to a 3, it still moves at the same speed at the distance. So this is all muscle memory. I know exactly how fast these are going to go down because all my scopes are the same. Lots of people have them on different levels, and obviously you can learn them through muscle memory. But I feel having them all the same just makes it very easy to be able to track because I know how fast all my scopes are. Lots of people have these on different things, but I suggest trying them all on the same. Try for a day and see how they go. The only one I would maybe put up is the 15 times. I don't know why I have that on there, because I hardly ever use it. The 15 is really slow when zoomed in, so having that on max will probably help you a lot. Let's take a quick look at these gameplay settings. Language, obviously your language. Cross-platform play. If you want to play real people, have this enabled. If you want to try playing as many bots as you can disable it. Game DVR. Apparently this stops game crashes, so I'd disable this, but I don't actually know if it does or not. Kill feed type. It's up to you what you prefer. I prefer the gun picture one. It shows you which guns they are. I know what they are. Colorblind mode. This depends if you're colorblind or not. I prefer it on normal. Crosshair color. Right now I have mine on default, but I should really change this to a custom and go for a color what isn't really in the game. Maybe like a pink or a purple, so you can differentiate your crosshair from things in the game. On screen hints, you want to get these disabled as soon as you can, as soon as you learn the controls, so you don't have that clutter on your screen and hiding up what you can see. Network debug statistics. You want these on, you can see if you've got packet loss or any lag in the game causing you to lose gunfights. It's a big one to have on, make sure you've got this on. The compass background. I have this disabled, so it's a lot easier to read the compass and be able to call out numbers correct. Loot flash effect. This is kind of a difficult one. You can either have this on glow or pulse. Pulse is a lot easier to see, but it makes the game look a lot more cartoony, so I like it on glow, just to give me that sort of feeling when playing PUBG. Functionalities. Auto replace weapon skin. You can either have this enabled or disabled, depends if you like your own skins or not. Default firing mode for handguns. You want this on full auto, just in case you pick a Scorpion up or any of the other full auto pistols up, so you can shoot them quickly. Full auto for submachine guns as well, so you can shoot that as soon as you pick them up, they're not stuck in single fire. Secondary default mode for SMGs. This is if your gun doesn't have a full auto mode, but I believe all SMGs have full auto mode at the moment, so this doesn't really matter. Default firing mode for ARs, you want this on full auto. If you pick up an AK or something, you want it to be shooting all its bullets at once, not a little single tap. Secondary default firing mode, this is personal opinion. You can either have it on single or burst. I have it on burst just in case you pick up an M16, you want it to spawn with burst rather than the single fire. Default firing mode for DMRs. The only gun what comes with full auto is the MK, so it's up to you if you want your MK full auto or not. TPP aim controller position. I have this on reset to right shoulder, but I know a lot of people have it on latest peak shoulder. It's up to you on personal opinion. I'm just used to it going back to my right shoulder immediately. Most of you probably are as well, so I'd keep it on this. If you want to be more tactical, you can do it on the latest peaking shoulder, but it's up to you. Also reload. This one doesn't come into the game that often. There's hardly any times you need to auto reload. You normally switch guns or whatever, so you can enable it or disable it. It doesn't really affect the gameplay at all. Auto equip attachments. I have this on, so if I pick up something such as a cheek pad, it will automatically chuck a cheek pad on my DMR. I don't have this enabled for scopes, so I like to put on a right scope on my right gun. I pick up a red dot, I don't want it going onto my K9 when I want it on my M4. Auto replace attachments. You want this enabled. It's really important. If you pick up a new gun, say you have an M16 and you switch to an M4, it'll bring all them attachments over to your new gun with you, and you don't want them all dropping on the floor like they used to, and it can be really difficult to not have this on. Radio message. This is up to you. It allows you to do the quick radio messages with the right thumbstick by pushing in. I don't really know the different options, so I can't really talk you through them. But if you want to talk to your team without a microphone, make sure you got this radio thing on. You can call for ammo and things. Continue on item usage. This allows you to keep using bandages till you're full health. You can turn this on for everything, but I like it just for bandages because there's no point if you just downing energy drinks when you want to save them. Audio, it's all up to you. You want to make sure your master volume is on full low and your gameplay volume is on full as well. Currently, I have my VO to few on 90. I'm looking to change this. The higher you have it, the better you can learn and see more things around. So normally if you see now, I can see these edges. If I go back down to my original 90, you'll see I won't be able to see as much on the screen. So I miss out my peripheral vision, which is really needed when playing PUBG. So the higher the better, but it can be very hard to learn. Brightness is all dependent on your monitor and what your screen looks like and which export. So guys, these have been my settings and I believe these are the best settings. These allow me to do some crazy stuff in PUBG and these have been the quickest for me to learn. I've only been playing PUBG for a year and I feel like I've mastered the controls down already. This is a barrel 4 times and I can control the recoil awesome. Remember, this will also depend on the controller you have. I'm using a Battle Beavers button custom controller. This allows me to crouch, my back button, and jump. So I can crouch with my controller and shoot and hold recoil. There's also controllers such as the Elite and that you can buy, depending on your controller what your settings are at.